Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to explore something fascinating about the human mind. We're looking at the mental shift. Exploring exactly why great movies actually fundamentally change us.
I want you to think about this question for just a second. Have you ever finished a movie and just felt completely different afterward? Not just entertained, but truly different. It's like something inside your mind just quietly shifted. You walk outside differently. You think differently. You even look at your own life differently, at least for a few hours.
Honestly, I really don't think great movies are just stories. They're profoundly emotional experiences, cleverly disguised as entertainment. Because, well, cinema affects us psychologically in ways most people really don't fully realize. Which brings us to Section 1, Cinema as Emotional Simulation and the Immense Power of Felt Experiences. Think about it. Why does a movie stay in your mind for literal years, while another one just disappears 10 minutes after the credits roll? And why do certain scenes feel so incredibly personal, even when they have absolutely nothing to do with your actual life? It's because great movies connect with something deeply universal inside all of us. Fear, love, loneliness, hope, meaning, identity, death, purpose. The absolute best films aren't just watched, they are felt.
The truly fascinating concept here is emotional simulation. We love movies because they allow us to experience these intense emotions completely safely. You can experience deep loss, wild adventure, heavy heartbreak, or even personal transformation without physically living through it yourself. Cinema literally becomes an emotional simulation, and that is incredibly powerful.
Moving on to Section 2, the psychology of film, how movies speak directly to human emotion.
Great directors, they understand this power deeply. Every single camera angle, every color choice, every silence, every piece of music, it's all meticulously shaping how we feel psychologically. A dark room creates tension, slow pacing forces reflection, intimate close-ups create this deep emotional connection. Heck, sometimes the silence inside a movie can feel so much louder than any actual dialogue.
And that is cinema psychology. Movies speak directly to our human emotions long before logic even arrives on the scene. And honestly, I think symbolism is one of the most fascinating parts of all this. Because great movies often hide this profound, deeper meaning beneath seemingly simple scenes. Like, a dark hallway can represent our deepest fears. Rain can represent a massive emotional release. A physical journey is actually about internal personal transformation. Even entire fictional worlds inside films just become these massive metaphors for human life. So let's look at Section 3, Projecting Our Own Reality, or the Art of Human Interpretation. The really beautiful part about this is that different humans interpret the exact same movie completely differently, simply by projecting their own reality onto it. Just think about a movie you watched when you were 15 years old, and how it feels totally different when you watch it at 25. It's not because the movie changed, right? You changed, and that's exactly why certain films seem to grow with us over time. I actually think some movies become completely unforgettable because they manage to express the exact emotions we struggle to explain ourselves. A film can suddenly capture utter loneliness, a search for purpose, overwhelming grief, or just existential confusion, and it does it in a way that makes you feel deeply understood.
So, the crucial point here is captured perfectly in this thought. Humans remember feeling understood emotionally. That feeling, it stays with you for a long time.
Which leads us to Section 4, the need for stillness and finding space in modern cinema. Look, modern entertainment moves really fast. Quick scenes, constant stimulation. It's like explosions every 7 seconds because apparently silence became illegal in cinema or something. But truly great films, they usually understand something absolutely critical. We humans need moments to feel, to observe, to reflect, to just sit inside an emotion for a second. And honestly, that's why slower, more meaningful films often stay longer in our memory. It's not necessarily because they're better technically, it's because they purposefully create the necessary space for true emotional connection. Now for Section 5, Understanding Life More Deeply by Expanding the Human Perspective. See, movies fundamentally expand our perspective. We get to experience lives, cultures, worlds, and ideas that are way beyond our own day-to-day reality. A single film can make you question success, society, love, death, your own identity, or even the very meaning of life itself. Cinema is truly one of the few things capable of entertaining us while simultaneously, quietly transforming how we actually see existence.
And maybe that's exactly why great movies can feel almost spiritual sometimes. Not necessarily religious, right? But deeply fundamentally human. Because for just a few hours, we stop living our normal lives, and we emotionally step into someone else's perspective completely.
And when we return to reality, something small inside us has changed forever. Maybe we have a little more awareness, maybe a bit more empathy, or maybe just a deeper capacity for reflection.
Or, maybe it's simply the profound realization that other humans out there feel just as deeply as we do.
I really think that's why we're always going to love great cinema. Not just because movies help us escape life for a bit, but because the absolute best films out there, they actually help us understand life more deeply.
And maybe that right there is the real magic of it all. A dark room, moving images, raw human emotion, and somehow an entire perspective just changes silently inside someone's mind. So what's the last movie that shifted your perspective? See you in the next video.